Hello and welcome to another Cliff Reviews Art House. This time I'm reviewing the documentary Four Daughters, directed by Kaouther Hania. So this is called a documentary and it's actually up nominated for an Oscar in the Best Documentary category. It's the story of a Tunisian mother, Olfa, who has four daughters, two of which became radicalized and left home. Much of the film is a dramatisation of events involving actors, but the two remaining daughters play themselves. There's also an actress playing the mother, and so sometimes the mother is played by herself in the dramatisations, and sometimes it's played by the actress. And it's explained at the beginning that the actress will replace the mother when it's too upsetting. So it's a really interesting idea, and it's a really bold documentary and a complete blurring of, what's real versus what is acted. I found the opening scene when the actresses playing the two missing daughters meet Olfa, the mother. I found it so incredibly moving. It just was a really extraordinary moment. It's like a group of actors staging a production. So sometimes they were actually acting out these reenactments, and other times they were out of character but talking to each other about, how each of the characters would think. And the alternative mum is fascinating. She actually kind of asks the mum lots of questions because obviously she wants to portray her accurately, but she also kind of challenges her and provokes her and discusses her attitudes. It's really interesting. It's not just about the trauma of losing two daughters, this film. It's also about the mum's life more generally. And it doesn't shy away from really difficult issues, kind of her abusive partners and her mistakes as a parent. And it really is like drama therapy. It's very raw. It seems really authentic. The one thing I wonder about it is whether it crossed a kind of ethical line. I mean, for example, there's a scene where they're recreating a situation where it appears that the mum's partner was about to abuse the daughters. And actually, the actor playing the partner, he asked to stop the filming and to talk about it with the filmmaker. At face value, this seemed real, although you're never quite sure what's real or not. But this just felt a little bit too raw. The fact that the two daughters were playing themselves in this reenactment of an abuse scene, it didn't quite sit right with me. Another example is where the mum is punishing the daughters with serious physical punishment, and the implication of this is that this was one of the causes of one of the daughters leaving. Now, I'm a big believer in using art for healing, so I really like the idea, and I think drama therapy is, amazing, kind of acting out these scenes. The whole thing is really, I'm on board with the whole idea. But I do wonder whether this is right to be filming this process. As I say, it just didn't sit right with me. Olfa, the mother, isn't necessarily at peace with herself, and so there's a vulnerability, and perhaps the two daughters as well. They're exposing themselves in the reenactments. I'm not saying that I think it's exploitative in any way. I think it probably is helping them. But I did wonder if this is kind of unresolved therapy porn. I'm just not sure. I do think the work is really ambitious. It's experimental. It's innovative. It's not a typical documentary format. And I really applaud it for that. It serves a really important purpose of exposing extremism and the impact on families and on children. So it's a very thought provoking documentary, and I think, as I say, I think it's really important. It's another thing to say is that it's beautifully shot. The lighting, the colours, the close-ups of the faces. It's a beautiful film. For originality, I think that perhaps it should win the Oscar. I haven't seen all of the other documentaries yet, although I hope to, so I will be reviewing those. But as I say, I do have some ethical concerns around it. That said, I highly recommend this documentary. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.